Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Again, we're going to discuss another item in dependent origination, which is Salayathana, or this the Salayathana takes place after after the Nama Rupa in the pros in the chain. So now we know up to so far we discussed uh, up to now ignorance. You know what ignorance is, and then because of the ignorance we do actions. Because of the actions we have some sort of a consciousness, and because of the consciousness we get our nama rupa. Then because of the nama rupa we got this salayatana. The salayatana is we got these elements like eye, ear, nose, mouth, skin, and the mind. So those six things, they are called indriya, or there's just elements. So even arahants or Buddha or Pacceka Buddhas, they do have them. But they stop this dependent origination thing. They still they have some sort of one kind of dependent origination, but that doesn't lead them to go along the samsara. And also it does not end with this suffering. Soka, parideva, dukkha, domanassa, that those things that the dependent origination running in them is not going to be ending with that soka, or that means suffering. So but for us it is. So what's the difference? Because this, let's say an arahant, they stop this suffering dependent origination as soon as they got enlightened. So there's no more this suffering dependent originations are running in their mind. So but still they have these elements. They do have, Buddha had after his enlightenment, he had eyes, he had ears, he listened, he speak, he touched, so he had all of these six things. So what is the difference between them and us then? So salayatana means these elements, because of our ignorance, we convert them to get more and more and more music. So we attach to them. We need these elements to get all of these things into us, get more attractive music into us, to see more sceneries, to taste lots of foods, varieties, tastes. We want comfortable touches. So we want good smells and good mind, good thoughts. When we convert our just elements to get those things, that thing becomes salayatana. It's not like these six senses. The six senses, even Buddha had one. Buddha had six. And Arhants have six senses. Even Pacceka Buddha, he has six senses. Just senses is not salayatana. Salayatana means when you use them to attract more outside that sceneries, music, taste, smells, good touches, and mind, thoughts. That is what is called salayatana. I'll give you a quick example. Let's say there is a little, there's a hole, and now there is just a hole, empty hole. Let's say another medical one of the doctors comes to that hole, and then he starts a medical center. But we don't call that a hole now. We call it a medical center. So let's say after a while he just after the contract, then he just left that place, and then another bank comes and opened their branch in there. Now we don't call that a hole, we call it a bank. So then after a while, after this the lease contract, then they left, and then somebody else, there's some sporting uh, event or whatever, gym, let's say gym was open there. Now we call it a gym. So likewise, when that hole is there, it's just a hole. So that's like arhants uh, uh, injury or just elements. They use it just for the survival. So arhants, why they use their eyes is just to walk without the stumbling upon something, or without just going against something. Just to see the clear the path, or to understand which one's which, where's the bathroom, where's the toilet, which what is the food, so just for the day-to-day activities, for useful activities. They're not going to use the eyes to see beautiful sceneries, things like that. They just use the elements for their survival. So that is called element, just indriya. Because of our ignorance, we use them to attract things which we attach to. Then it becomes salayatana. So that's why after this enlightenment, there's no more salayatanas, just indriyas, means just elements which can be used to for the normal survival. If somebody uses those things, elements, to attract things, it becomes salayatana. Then because of that attachment, we know if we attach to something, it ends up with the suffering. So that the dependent origination goes and ending up with suffering. So we have to understand what's the difference between indriya and salayatana. For us, we have salayatana, but for arhants, they don't have salayatana. Only they have indriya, because the same thing, the usage is different. So that's differentiates indriya and salayatana, just element, or the elements being used to attract things which causes going along this samsara. So hope you understand that, and that's it for today. Bye for now. I'll come back with another topic soon, and Terwan Sarnai.